Good morning all. Good morning. Is my voice is audible? Okay. So screen is visible. Screen. Okay. Mark your attendance using 3 parameters. So, good morning all. This is the video lecture on design and analysis of algorithms. We are currently discussing with the module 2, that is divide and conquer strategy. So in that we are discussing last topic, that is decrease and conquer approach. So till now we have seen so many algorithms like binary search, finding minimum and maximum, merge sort, quick sort, stress and multiplication also. So now we shall go with the next last concepts, decrease and conquer approach. In that you go with a concept called topological sorting. So till now we have seen divide and conquer approach. In that all these are the concepts you will be getting in divide and conquer approach. So now you come for the next subtopic, decrease and conquer approach. So decrease and conquer approach, you will get an algorithm called topological sort. So this happens to be the last algorithm and approach of this module 2. So now you come for the first topic, decrease and conquer. So when you go with a divide and conquer, so what you are doing, so you are dividing the given elements into 2. Okay, so what you are doing in divide and conquer, so given elements are divided into 2, and one problem is divided into 2 sub problems, and then you were merging, conquering all the data sub problem results. Okay, so now you come for the decrease and conquer approach. So there are 3 major variations of decrease and conquer. So one is the decrease by a constant. So decrease by a constant means, so it is one of the method where you have used for insertion sort. So insertion sort, it goes with a decrease by a constant method. So that is insertion sort. Next you come up with a decrease by a constant factor. So decrease by a constant factor, it is most often by the factor of 2, that is binary search. So it is the decrease by a constant factor. So how you are going, which is the constant factor in binary search? Can anybody can tell? Which is the constant factor which you have used for the binary search? What is the so what is the constant factor in binary search? What is the constant factor in binary search? Anybody? So here most often by a factor of 2, where you will get the word 2, number 2. So go for the binary search, there you will be getting a number 2. So where you get the number 2, divide by 2. So where you get that particular thing, which is the constant factor we have used? Anybody can answer. Binary search, you are having a division by 2. Okay, so when you go with a division by 2, what is the constant factor you are getting? That means any variable. You can take it as any variable. So which is most often by a factor of 2. So divide by 2. So which one you will be getting for divide by 2? So it is a mid element. So mid element we take it as divide by a constant factor. So most often by a factor of 2. So for that one you go with a binary search. Next, variable size decrease. That is we are using it in Euclid's algorithm. So decrease variable size decrease. So that we use in Euclid's algorithm. Okay. So now you come for the that is decrease and conquer approach. So decrease and conquer approach, we have three variations. Decrease by a constant number, that is insertion sort. Decrease by a constant factor, that means most often by a factor of 2, that is binary search. So for that we are going to take it as mid element. So mid element will be divided by the factor of 2. So where you have the divide function, divide by 2, mid is equal to low plus high by 2. So for that purpose, you go with a binary search. Variable size decrease, that we are using in Euclid's algorithm to find the GCD of two numbers. So where you are going to use, it is in the GCD of two numbers, you use Euclid's algorithm. So that is up to decrease and conquer approach. So after decrease and conquer, now you come for the main concept, topological sort. So it is topological sort. So as the name only tells, topological sorting means, so you are going to sort the elements. Okay. So where this sorting is been applied, so it has been applied for graph, digraph, and adjacency matrix, adjacency list, BFS and DFS. Okay, so topological sorting, what are all the necessary things? One is graph, the other one is digraph. So can anybody can tell, define digraph? So anybody can define digraph? Digraph. So what you call a digraph as? Yes, define digraph. Directed graph. So, okay, good. Graph with directed edges. So that we call it as a digraph. So next you come go with the concepts called adjacency matrix, adjacency list, and finally BFS and DFS. Okay, so here this is the digraph they have taken. So figure A, you go with a figure A. So it is a digraph because directed graph. So there is a direction from A to B, B to A to C, B to C, and D to C, and D to E. This is a digraph. Okay. So come for the forest. So what do you mean by a forest? Define forest. Yes, define what do you mean by forest? Forest means group of trees. Okay, so in our figure, this is a forest. So this forest is containing how this forest is containing how many trees? This is a forest. So this forest is containing how many trees? So here you can take it. This is a one tree. This one is another tree. So two trees are there here. So this is the DFS forest of the diagram for DFS traversal started at A. So from A to B, B to C, B to A to C, D to C, and D to E. Which are the how many trees are there in this particular diagram? So this is a diagram because there is a directed edge from each and every vertices. So this is the diagram what you are going to take it. Okay. So now have you understood what is diagram? If there is a direction from one to one, so one node to another node, then we call it as a directed graph. Okay, so now you come for the same concept, digraph. So digraph is directed cycle in a directed graph is a sequence of three or more of its vertices that starts and ends with the same vertex. So directed graph means graph which have directed edges. That is called digraph. Now you come for the concept called directed cycle. What do you mean by cycle? So S define cycle. What do you mean by cycle? When you tell it as a cycle, I'm not asking you a riding cycle. I'm asking in this concept, what is a cycle in digraph? Starting and ending point are same. Okay, it is somewhat okay. So Magnetium has given the answer. Starting and ending point are same. Okay, so now you come for directed cycle. So where the directed cycle will come in? Directed graph. So directed cycle in a directed graph is the sequence of three or more of its vertices. Three or more. Okay, so because starting and ending should be same. So minimum you should have three vertices. So how many vertices a cycle will contain? It will contain three vertices. So it is a sequence of three or more vertices that starts and end with the same vertex. For example, A, B, A. From A to B and again from B to A is the directed cycle in the digraph. Okay, conversely, if the DFS forest has no back edges, okay, so keep in your mind, if the digraph has no back edges from A to B, it's there, B to A, it's not there. Okay, so no back edges. Back edges means here you can see. So here, this is the straight edge. So this is the back edge. From B to A, it is going back. From B to A, it is going back. So this is the back edge what we are taking. Okay. So if the DFS has no back edges, the digraph is a DAG. So what do you DAG? Directed acyclic graph. If there is no cycle, we call it as directed acyclic graph. So if it is directed cycle, so if a DFS has no back edges, so A to B, B to A, there is no back edge. So A to B is there, but B to A, there is no back edge. So then we call it as digraph is called DAG, that is without cycle. So that we call it as directed acyclic graph. Okay. So so now answer my question. Will DAG contain cycle? Will DAG contain cycle? Directed acyclic graph contains cycle? Yes, answer to my question. Directed acyclic. Acyclic means acyclic graph will contain cycle. Yes, if it is cyclic, directed cycle. Yeah, acyclic. That means directed acyclic graph. So that one will draw. Acyclic means it doesn't contain any cycle. So that is the DAG. Okay. So no is the answer. It will not contain any cycle. Now you come for motivation for topological sorting. So come for this particular, what is the main reason for topological sorting? I will tell you with an example. Consider a set of 5 required courses, C1, C2, C3, C4, C5. How many courses are there? 5 required courses. A part-time student has to take in some degree program. Okay, so he has to take in some degree program. The courses can be taken in any order as long as following requisites are met. C1 and C2 has no requisites. So requisites means prior knowledge. So before you complete this, so C1 and C2, no prerequisite, no knowledge, you don't require any knowledge. C3, so in order to do course C3, you require C1 and C2. So C3, you require, so take C1 and C2, no prerequisites. So in order to learn C1 and C2, you don't need anything. So that's why you can take it as C1 here. So next you come with C3. C3 require C1 and C2. So C3 there is an edge from C1 as well as C2. Next C4 requires C3. C4 it requires what? C3. So keep in your mind. So C4 requires C3. So from C3 should be given for C4. Next C5 requires C3 and C4. C5 requires C3 and C4. So make requirements, you give the incoming edges. Okay, so C1 and C2, no incoming edges. C3 require incoming edge from C1 and C2. C4 require incoming edge from C3. C5 require C3 and C4. So there is an incoming edge from C3 as well as C4. Okay, the student can take only one course per term. So student can take only one course per term. Okay, so in which order should the student take the course? Okay, so in which order the student take the course? This problem is called topological sorting. Okay, so kindly keep in your mind, you remember this diagram carefully. Two incoming edges from C for C2, C3, two outgoing edges from C3. Right, C1, C2, C4, C5, and mark from C4 to C5 here. Okay, so for this purpose, the student can take only one course per term. In which order should a student take the course? This is called topological sorting. Okay, so now you come for the topological sorting. For topological sorting to be possible, a digraph must be a DAG. Okay, so there should be, for topological sorting, a graph should not contain cycle. So that is a concept. First concept what you are having, a digraph in the question must be a DAG. Okay, so directed graph should be a directed acyclic graph. Okay, there are two efficient algorithms to verify whether the digraph is a DAG or if it can produce order of vertices. The first one is DFS. The second one is decrease by one technique. Okay, there are two efficient algorithms to verify a digraph is a DAG or not. Okay, so seeing that you can easily recognize whether it is DAG or not, because DAG means it should contain no cycle. Okay, so first one is based on depth first search. Second one is based on decrease by one technique. Okay, so the DFS decrease by one. So now you come for the DFS method. So now we are discussing with DFS, depth first search. Okay, so in this method, perform the DFS traversal and note the order in which vertices become dead ends. Okay, reversing this order yields a solution to the problem, provided no back edge has been encountered during the traversal. If the back edge has been encountered, no backage. So there should not be any backage from B to A or C to B like that. Okay. So no backage. So if their backage is there, digraph is not DAG. Okay. So if backage is there, it is a cyclic graph. So there cannot be a directed acyclic graph. And topological sorting is impossible. So come for this particular thing. Okay. So first you have to start with first one. So which is the node which is not having any outgoing? So which is the node which is not having any outgoing? Choose the node which is not having any outgoing. So answer to my question, which node has no outgoing? Yes, tell me, which node has no outgoing edge? So C1 and C2 outgoing for C3. From C3 also outgoing to C4 and C5. C4 and C5, which has no outgoing edge, it is C5. So okay, good. So if C5, then remove that particular edge and its node and its edges. Okay, so keep in your mind. So remove that particular node as well as its edges. So when you remove, so C4 and C3. So this edges will also be removed. So first order you will get C5. So which has no outgoing edges, remove the node and its edges also. So if you remove this one, so C4 to C5 link is gone, C3 to C5 link is gone. Okay, so this one is link has gone. Now the C4 is there. So from C4, which is the next after C5, which is the next, which has no outgoing edges. After C5, if you remove C5, so its edges will also be removed. So after C5, which node has no outgoing. So after C5, you can see it is C4. Okay, so this particular edge goes. So C3, it is having the edges from C1 and C2. So that's why you go with C4. Okay, so now which is the next one? It is C4, right? The C4 in the second part. So from C4, now you remove C4. So when you remove C4, this link is already, these two links are already gone. This one is also removed. So which is the next outgoing edge? After C5 and C4, you have C3. So when you remove C3, so its edges will also be removed. Okay, so when you remove C3, so you have its edges will also be removed. So now you have C1, other one is C2. So C1 and C2 both will have no edges. Okay, you can write it as C1 and C2 also. So what is the order? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So now you sort the list. So when you sort the list, it should be in ascending. So you can take it C1 to C3, C1 to C3, C3 to C4, C4 to C5, and again C2 to C3. So because C3 will contain C1 as well as C2, so we can write C1, C3, C4, C5. Next you can write C2, C3, C4, C5. This is the using DFS technique. Okay. So now you come for the next one using decrease and conquer technique. Okay, so this algorithm is based on direct implementation. So this also comes to be same. Identify in the remaining digraph a source which is a vertex with no incoming edges. Okay, there you have gone with outgoing edges, but here with no incoming edges, and delete it along with the edges outgoing from it. So there you were going with outgoing. So no outgoing edges from C5, you remove C5. So all the links will be deleted. Next, no outgoing edge, C4, you remove C4. But in decrease and conquer technique, so vertex with no incoming edges and delete it along with all the edges outgoing from it. Okay, so the order in which the vertices are deleted yields the solution. So come for this particular thing. See, same diagram we have taken. So first you delete no incoming edges. So which has no incoming edges? C1 and C2. So delete C1 and its outgoing edges also. When you delete C1 and its edge, the diagram will be like this. So no incoming edges is C2. So delete C2 and its edge, you will get C3, C4, C5. So again you come delete C3, you get C3, both the links are cut, C4 and C5. Delete C4, you will get C5, finally delete C5. The solution obtained is C1, C2, C3, C4, C5. So this is using decrease by 1. Okay, so decrease by 1, we use no incoming edges. So depth DFS, you go with no outgoing edges. Okay, so this is the illustration. So applications of topological sorting. So observation. So topological sorting problem may have several alternative solutions. So where are this topological sorting is used? The instruction scheduling in program compilation, cell evaluation ordering in spreadsheet formulas, resolving symbol dependencies in linkers. Okay, so up to here, these are the applications. So where it may have several solutions, alternative solutions. First, it is used in instruction scheduling in program compilation. Second, cell evaluation ordering in spreadsheet formula. Third, resolving symbol dependencies in linkers. So that is up to topological sorting. So come for the summary. So summary, we have gone with divide and conquer equation, binary search, finding minimum maximum, merge with Streisand multiplication, advantages and disadvantages, and decrease and conquer topological sort. So this is the assignment. So this module will be completed in today's class. So I will upload all the assignment questions. Kindly answer to the assignment questions and submit within the specific time. So all these questions I will be giving like this. So this is up to module 2. So have you understood topological sorting? Yes, have you understood topological sorting? Yes, have you understood? Okay, answer to my question. Which method uses outgoing edge concept? So topological sorting, we have used two methods. For first method is DFS, second method is decrease by 1. So which method we have used for outgoing edge concept? So outgoing edge concept is there, incoming edge concept is there. So which method you have used for outgoing edge? Yes, it is DFS. Is it correct? So which method for incoming edge concept? Which method for incoming edge concept? Yes, answer me. Can we do topological sort for DAG? Yes, answer me. Can we do topological sort for DAG? So keep this one in your mind. So if there is a DAG, that means there is a cycle. So can we do directed acyclic graph? Can we do DAG means what? Directed acyclic graph. Will it contain cycle? It doesn't contain cycle. So yes, we can do topological sorting for DAG. Because it is a directed acyclic graph, it doesn't contain any cycle. Acyclic means no cycles. Okay. So I hope you all got understood. So this completes module 2. I hope you all got understood this particular topic. So kindly go through the videos in YouTube link, that is 1DPMK. So understand the concepts well. Okay. Kindly like, share, subscribe for the channel. So thank you all. Stay home, stay safe.